What the heck are echoes? How do they work? And what is the best way to get them on my account? Great questions for new players of Wuthering Waves, and I'm going to cover all that for you in my ultimate echo guide for Wuthering Waves. Let's dive in and let's talk about echoes. Subscribe! Simply put, echoes are enemies that you kill in the overworld of Wuthering Waves that you can use as equipment or artifacts on your characters to increase that character's stats or give them additional abilities. When you get an echo drop, it's going to drop in one of 4 rarities: green, blue, purple, or gold. And when you get that, the amount that you can level those and the amount of stats that are increased scale accordingly. You're not going to be able to get an echo of every kind of rarity at the beginning of the game. You need to progress before you can get the higher rarity echoes, but we'll come back to that in just a minute. When an echo drops, it's going to be part of a Sonata effect that's going to give you 1 additional boost, which either is going to be an elemental damage boost or energy regeneration or a healing bonus, but it's also going to have a cost value, which is either going to be a 1, 3, or 4 cost echo. No matter the echo cost, the second stat is always going to be fixed. For example, a 1 cost echo is only going to ever have HP as the flat stat. And then on the 3, it is always going to be attack, while as on a 4 cost, it is also going to be attack. However, the first slot can change and is going to be random, but from a particular set of stats. For example, on the 1 cost echoes, you're only ever going to see HP percent, attack percent, or defense percent. On the Overlord or 4 cost echoes, you're going to see all the stats previously mentioned, as well as crit rate, crit damage, and healing bonus. Those 2 are fairly straightforward, but where it gets a little more complex is on the 3 cost echoes. On the 3 cost echoes, you're going to get all of the stats from the first cost echoes, as well as every additional elemental damage bonus type can drop on there as well, along with energy regeneration. Now, this is going to be probably one of your bigger barriers for getting echoes on your account, because you're going to want to get the elemental damage bonus on the Sonata set that you want, and lining those 2 up can be really tricky. It is definitely harder than getting the Overlord echo with either crit rate or crit damage, or getting an attack percent on a 1 cost, but that's generally how they're going to fall. On each echo, they also have the ability to roll substats. The way you get substats is when you upgrade an echo up to a certain level. So whether it's 10 at the first one, 15, 20, or 25, you then get the ability to tune that echo. Tuning an echo does have an additional cost to it. You have to use tuners. Tuners are in fairly short supply right now, so I would definitely suggest not tuning any random echo you get. Try and save those for your higher rarity echoes. Speaking of saving resources for your higher rarity echoes, when it comes to leveling your echoes, you cannot use duplicate echoes for leveling your echoes. You have to use echo level XP. You can recycle echoes that have been previously leveled, and you will get a certain percentage of the XP back, along with a percentage of the tuners that were used on that echo, but it is not a 100% recycle. So that's definitely something to keep in mind when you are leveling up those echoes. Rounding off building our echoes, there is the cost. You can see up here on the top left that I currently have 12 points available for building my character. Unlike other games that have particular slots for the echoes, like for example goblets and gloves in Genshin or Honkai Star Rail, this goes simply on a point cost system, where you're able to put the echoes in any individual slot as long as you don't exceed the point cost value. Now, you can have your 4 cost in your first main slot, which can be really cool considering your echoes have additional skills that you can use. Every echo in the game has an individual skill of all the echoes currently available, so you don't have to have the boss echo, for example, in the top slot. You could have any of the lower rarity echoes down there as well and be able to use their skill. But for example, if I am using Dungeon on field right now, you can see that if I switch to her, activate my echo, I will become crownless briefly on her, as well as I can do the same thing with the Phalian Berengal for Yang Yang, or on the Impermanence Heron on Verena. Now, I personally just like using the boss echoes because I just think they look very, very cool, but that is not something you have to limit your account to. There's actually a lot of other echoes that have a lot of good value. Some in particular, in this case, that a lot of people talk about are the Cyan Feathered Heron, as well as the Cerulean Feathered Heron, I believe is what it's called. It's the green and the purple heron, if you're just trying to go from like simple terms. The Violet Feathered Heron, sorry. The Cyan and the Violet Feathered Heron are 2 big ones that use because they have a skill that can interrupt bosses. But make sure to experiment, check out some of the other echoes as well, because you don't need to underestimate the lower cost echoes. They have a lot of utility in and of themselves. Now again, when it comes to what stats are you looking for when you are building your character, that is going to depend on the character you are currently building, but for generally speaking, a main DPS like Dungeon in this case, you're always going to want that first random stat to be either a crit rate or a crit damage stat, as well as you're going to have your 1s be on attack, and then your 3s are going to be a little bit flexible, but generally speaking, you're looking for the elemental damage bonus. If I had a choice, I'd be doing double havoc damage. However, I don't have another 3 havoc damage right now, 3 cost havoc damage. I'm just keeping the attack percent, so I still have some increased stats that way. But again, it's going to vary from character to character, but also feel free to experiment. Maybe there's something we haven't found yet within Wuthering Waves, and there is something else available. Like, you know, maybe a 333 build is something that is also possible. Now, as I mentioned before, I currently have 12 cost available, but that is only because I've been leveling my databank, and the databank is something extremely important when it comes to echoes. Within the databank, this is where everything echo related is going to be contained. Within the characters where we were just looking, that's when it comes to the building of the character, but all other tracking is found here. Your databank can level all the way from level 0 up to 20. Just by going through the story, you're going to get the first few levels there, but then you have to farm echoes in the open world to get increased levels. When you first start the game off, you are only going to be able to get green echoes from your drop rate based on your databank level. However, once you hit databank level 5, you will then unlock the ability to get blue echoes as drop rates. As you can see, 30% and 70%. As you continue to increase up to level 8, you will then be able to start getting 4-star echoes. At level 9, that's when you're going to get your cost limit increased, when you can start building your characters with 12 points instead of 10 points. The last major barrier you're going to hit is on databank level 15. That's when you're going to be able to start getting 5-star echoes in the open world. Getting XP for the databank is simply just by finding echoes in the open world of increasing rarity. If we go and look in this section right here, the echo gallery, it does say that there is 208 echoes to find. That's a little bit of a trick here because there's actually only 52 different types of echoes, but each one has varying rarities available. There's actually, 4 different versions of an echo, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So actually, like I said, there's only about 52 echoes currently available in the game on launch. Now, if you are farming for XP, the echo gallery is a great area to look because it will show you what echoes you currently have at lower rarities that you could find a higher rarity for more additional XP. For example, the Glacio Prism, I could get that and I'd get a nice little bump in XP if I could get a 5-star drop of that, or with the Mech Abomination. But like I said, the XP will only get you so far because, for example, at databank level 15, but there are some barriers earlier, you need to be at union level 30 to unlock databank level 15. So if you manage to just go farm the open world like crazy, you're not doing anything else on your account, you're going to get some XP and you're going to get some union levels, but you're not going to have enough to be at 30. So make sure you're still progressing your account overall, still clearing the end game content, clearing the quests and the stories, and you will eventually get up to that place where you'll hit union level 30 as well. Then you can unlock your databank level 15. Databank level 15 is, like I said, is big because that's when you get access to the 5-star echoes. Now, I've mentioned in the Echo Gallery, that's a great place if you are just targeting XP, but if you want to target increasing your echoes and getting the right echoes for your characters in terms of building, that's when you're going to go to the Sonata Gallery. The Sonata Gallery will let you select which Sonata effect you want to target, and it will show you all echoes that you can go and farm to get the on-set piece for that Sonata set. So for example, I've been doing a lot of this Havoc set farming because I want the additional Havoc damage. And you can see it shows you the common class echoes where you can get the 1 cost, but then they also have the elite class like the Tambourinist and also on the Dreadmane, Havoc Dreadmane. But then it also shows you which Overlord echoes are available as well. We've got the Crownless as well as the Dreamless, but I won't spoil that just in case you haven't seen it yet. So this is where you're going to go if you're targeting sets. Now, like I said before, you can't level echoes using other echoes. So what do you do with all of your useless echoes? That's where you come to the recycle data merge section, where you can go and select 5 different echoes that you had not previously needed to use. After you've selected the 5 echoes you want to merge, you will select data merge, and you're going to get a chance to get more echoes. You can get at least 1, but sometimes you can get up to 2. This is also dependent on your data bank. So I would save for doing this until you hit at least data bank level 15. It can help you get a little bit of extra data bank XP. I did manage to get a gold drop here, but as you can see, it's pretty much a garbage piece. That's generally what you're going to get here. But like I said, it can be helpful for data bank XP. Just wait till 15. 15 is the biggest barrier, but then after you hit that, you can get all the way up to level 18. You can get XP up to 19, but you won't be able to get that till a higher union rank. But as you can see, the value, the percentage value that you get is big. Right now at 18, I'm at a 50-50 chance of getting a purple or a gold echo dropping in the open world. Now, there are some other ways to get echoes that aren't just farming the open world. As you advance your union rank, you are going to unlock access to tacit fields. Tacit fields are material farming stages that you have available that allow you to target specific kinds of echo sets in each field. For example, this field will give me Havoc or Energy Regen echoes of either a 5-star or a 4-star rarity, as well as some additional XP and those tuners that I had mentioned previously for rolling the substats. I would not suggest doing the tacit fields, especially in the early game of Wuthering Waves, because you need to use wave plates to clear it. These wave plates are way more valuable for example, clearing boss stages so you can get the materials to ascend your characters and your weapons. So make sure you're saving your wave plates for that. All of these echoes can be farmed in the open world, and it doesn't cost you any XP to do so. So I would definitely hold off on doing the tacit fields. When you find an echo for the first time, just as a note, if you are farming your XP, you will be able to get the echo at least the first time you kill it. It is a guaranteed 100% drop rate, but then it's a percentage drop rate chance after that. And like I said, the rarity of those echoes is going to be dependent on your data bank, but there are some exceptions, and those exceptions are overworld elites. So as we can see here, this is the overworld elite boss, the Prism Heart, where I get to fight 4 different elemental rocks, and if I clear this, it will guarantee me a 5-star echo at whatever world level, union level, or databank level that I have. It is a huge way to get a big boost of XP on your account as if you are able to clear some of these elites. There's something like 9 to 12 elites that are currently in the game in 1.0, and I believe at least 9 to 10 of them give you guaranteed 5-star echoes, where the other ones do guarantee you 4-star echoes. So still, if you're able to clear them earlier on, you're going to guarantee hopefully a little bit of a power spike in terms of your overall stats, but then also your databank XP. So make sure you're looking up where to find these elite echoes in the open world. If you want some tips on how to clear these elite echoes while you are still under leveled, I would definitely suggest checking out a previous video I made talking about some techniques you can use with the counter damage that scales based on the enemy's HP, not your HP. And it allowed me to beat level 120 elites in the open world using a level 1 Mortefi and with a level 1 weapon and no echoes, guys. It can be easy if you've got the skill and stuff for it, and can be a huge boost to your account. But that is all of the core information of echoes, guys, in Wuthering Waves. Like I said, just as you're exploring and playing the game, use the echoes you get. Don't worry about echo leveling or farming anything aggressive until you're getting closer to databank level 15. Of course, if you are struggling, if you're running into some difficulty with clearing some of the content, level the echoes that you have. If you can't clear the content, then of course. But if you're having no issues with clearing it, you're able to progress as expected throughout the game, then save the resources that you can. Gacha games are notorious for giving you a bunch of resources at the very beginning, but they become slower and slower as you progress through the game, and can take longer to level up characters, and it'll also, you start needing exponentially more at the higher levels. So just keep that in mind and try and conserve your resources. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you have any questions about echoes in Wuthering Waves, if you have any additional questions, you can join the Discord found in the link below. Come and join the community. We've got lots of people playing Wuthering Waves, and they'd be happy to answer more of your questions. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you. If you want to find me live on Twitch, you can find me at twitch.tv/ConnorsThoughts every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. We're looking to expand that in the future, and if you want to help do that, make sure to like and subscribe on the YouTube channel, and if you want to come subscribe on Twitch, I'd greatly appreciate your support. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.